Profits over people. This is the Get Your Ass to Work podcast, episode number 69. Today we're going to talk about profits over people. This is what you see being thrown around constantly on the internet, that people feel that if you're not staying home, you don't wear a mask out in public, that you are one of those people who are out for profit and you don't care about people. I've even seen it go as far to say that if you're one of the people who go out in public and not wear a mask, that you should, if you get the virus, you should not get a ventilator. You should have to sign something saying that you don't want medical attention and that you shouldn't get a ventilator, basically, that you should die. People are saying this online. It's absolutely ridiculous. But let's talk about people over profits. We have to draw the line at some point. There are a lot of people who are just fine staying at home, that maybe they live with their mom in their basement and the house is paid for and they don't have any medical bills. They don't have any problems. All they have to worry about is whether or not their mom went grocery shopping. Look, there's a lot of people that have a lot of fortunate situations. Then there's a lot of the other types of people that have to go to work. And so it's not about profit. It's about sustainability. It's about being able to live. It's about being able to feed your family. It is about being able to pay for those medical bills. It is about being able to afford prescription medicine that you have to have or you will die. It is about being able to provide and to live some type of life that is above picking garbage out of a can. Because I'll tell you what, even bums rely on the economy. Even people without jobs and without homes rely on the economy and rely on money day in and day out, whether they're begging for change, washing windows out on a street corner, or having someone throw it to them in a cup, or the food bank is feeding them. People need money to live. This is money to survive. And I don't understand why there's such a big disconnect. Well, I do understand why, because for the most part, people don't really know how hard it is to make it in business if you've never tried to open one. But I really don't understand why the disconnect is so far between, why there's such a big gap between people who are employees and people who own businesses, and why employees think that if you own a business, you're making a bunch of money. Guys, the truth is most businesses, 90% of businesses fail within the first 2 years. And of those businesses that survive, 80% of them are barely making enough money to keep the doors open. Sure, there are the Amazons and the Facebooks and the Apple computers of the world who are making all this money, the evil Walmart who's making a lot of money, but that's not the majority of businesses. But that's what people look to. And people look to these businesses and think, oh, well, if you're a business owner and you want to be open, you're all about profit, not people. There's several things wrong with that. First of all, a lot of the businesses, as we've already have discussed, 99% of all business, 99% of all of the business in the United States is small business, and most of them don't have more than one employee. Basically, you're self-employed, you work for yourself, you are the business, you are the janitor, you are the bookkeeper, you are the person who turns on the light and turns it off on your way out the door at night. You run the entire business, and that is most businesses in the United States. So to say that, well, if you're for business, you're not for people, it's bullshit. Because you have to get money in order to live, in order to buy food, in order to pay for everything else that you guys feel is so expensive. And look, here's the thing. People who are shaming others out in public for not wearing a mask, you know, guys, people like me who work out and are healthy, I don't go to the grocery store and check your groceries on the way out and shame you for whatever you're buying if you happen to eat like shit, not exercise, don't take care of yourself, and are going to be a liability on our medical system in the future. that kind of shit does not even cross my mind, which is to go out and shame anyone for whatever condition they may be in, for whatever circumstance, whether it be their own or someone else's. I don't look at people who are having hard financial struggles and say, hey, you, because you spent all your money on a new iPhone, you probably shouldn't be allowed to get any sort of unemployment because you could have spent your money better somewhere else. Guys, what people are doing with the face masks, and that's fine if you want to wear one. I don't care if you wear one or don't wear one. That's not my place to judge you, because if I have a problem with you not wearing a face mask, then I should have kept my ass at home. But what the problem is people think that they're up and above other people right now because they're doing things a certain way, and that the whole rest of the world should be doing it the way they're doing it. And it's fucking selfish. It is selfish for you to think that you are living the right way and that other people need to do what you're doing, or that they're doing it wrong, or that you know something better than what they know. Truth is, most of us, I'd say 99.9% of us who think we're all experts in every damn thing that's happened lately, don't know shit. We don't have a clue what we're talking about. And there's a discrepancy on both sides from very, very highly trained doctors. Some say, hey, this virus is very serious and it's out of control and everyone needs to wear masks and gloves and stay home and do all this shit. And then you've got all these other doctors on the other side saying, hey, you got to build your immunity to it, so go get infected, or not necessarily go get infected, but hey, go try to build an immunity. Do not stay at home, because what that does is weakens your immune system to being able to fight off these types of diseases. And we're not going to wear gloves and we're not going to wear a mask because, frankly, it doesn't stop the spread of the disease. It only slows it down, and everyone's going to have to be exposed to it, and everybody's going to have to get immunity. So there's two sides. And I'm not saying whatever side you're on is the right side or the wrong side. I'm saying there are positives and negatives to both. But for fuck's sake, quit shaming people who want to go back to work so that they can provide health, shelter, food, and safety to their family. It doesn't do a damn thing anyway, because nobody is going to listen to you at this point when they start to run out of money to feed their kids and take care of their bills, and they're getting foreclosed on. I already know people in this situation, and it is not nice and it is not pretty what's happening out there. And the fact that you think that you're on some kind of high horse and that you can go shame somebody, or you're going to post something on the internet about how everyone is fucking stupid for not wearing masks and you're the problem. Well, all I have to say is you're not going to be listened to anyway. And what's my proof of that? Well, it's already illegal to drink and drive. And we already know the consequences of drinking and driving. And millions of people have been killed in car accidents from drinking and driving. And we still have over 1 million DUIs handed out each year. So you can save it. You can put a sock in it. But shaming people into doing something, it never works anyway. We'll see you guys next week.